Now, with more Banks Braves athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
Good evening and welcome to the 3A District 1 football opener live from North Marion High School located in Aurora, just a little bit southeast of Canby, between Woodburn and Canby on the, the west side of I-5, so southwest of Canby between Canby and Woodburn. I'm voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard. The Braves and North Marion, last time these two teams met here at North Marion High School, it was a damp and dreary night, dominated by the Braves in, can't quite remember the exact score on that night, but something like 63-14. Unfortunately for Oregon State, that might be the same case for the Civil War tomorrow. But North Marion, despite kind of being in the lower echelons of 3A football, even though they are a 4A school based on enrollment, they do drop down for football into the 3A District 1. They are coming off of a 24-23 victory over North Marion here last Friday night and fell 34-14 at 4A Cottage Grove on opening night 2 weeks ago on the road. For the Huskies, 6 players at the top of the roster. In fact, more than what were listed on the original roster, according to Osaa, that do not have numbers. So you'll hear a few more names mentioned than what you see on the on-screen rosters. We'll mention their names. However, if they are on the field, we will not be able to tell you who they are because they have no numbers indicating who they are on the field. Daniel Aravallo, a freshman wide receiver defensive back. Number Bernardo Daza, a 5'11", 240-pound offensive defensive lineman. Lincoln Willie, a 5'10", 180-pound 5'10 freshman. Kyler Donaldson, a 6'1", 165 tight end defensive lineman. And Van Kohler, a 6', 150-pound freshman running back, defensive back. Now, key players for those we can tell you about. Number 1, Wilder Shepard, a 5'8", 150 running back linebacker. And again, those, those first few names that we mentioned, all freshmen and sophomores, so they may be floaters or crossover from JV. Number 2, Isaac Guerrero, 5'9", 155 junior. Number 3, Javon Rufiner, a sophomore wide receiver defensive back. Also a wide receiver defensive back. Freshman Tim Gibbons. Now some players we can give you a little bit more information on for the key positions. Number 5, Cole Stoddard, 5'10", 170 tight end linebacker. Quarterback number 6, Ozzie Arnold, 6'2", 185 quarterback defensive back. Likely to get the start at quarterback number 8, Elijah Short, a 5'10", 180-pound senior quarterback defensive back. And the third quarterback on the roster, number 10, Jackson Pierce, a 5'9", 155-pound sophomore. Also, running back number 7, Lucas Fowler, 5'11", 165 running back defensive back. Number 12, Landon Ashpole, 5'10", 175-pound running back linebacker. Number 14, Jaden Noland, 5'10", 160-pound sophomore wide receiver defensive back. Number 17, Brody Ruby, 5'7", 145 senior wide receiver defensive back. Another tight end, number 20, Anthony Thomas May, tight end defensive lineman sophomore, 5'10", 175. Number 21, Josiah Zuniga, a 5'10", 175 tight end defensive lineman. Actually, that's Anthony Thomas May. Josiah Zuniga, number 21, a 5'9", 145-pound sophomore wide receiver defensive back. Number 22, Henry Bankhead Jr., 5'8", 150 running back. Number 24, Aiden Vegas, a 5'10", 140-pound sophomore wide receiver. Number 28, another tight end, a freshman, Miguel Vega Santos Jr., 5'10", 150. Number 29, Rylan Chook, freshman, 5'11", 160 running back. Number 30, Carson Donaldson, 5'9", 6'1", 155 wide receiver, freshman. Number 44, London Swank, 6'1", 180 senior tight end. Number 45, Caleb Collier, 5'10", 165 freshman tight end linebacker. And the other two tight ends, Jesus Tarula, number 88, a 6'3", 205 senior. And number 90, James Villarreal Yanoli, a 5'10", 185 sophomore tight end defensive lineman, as have gotten bothered by a visitor up here above the North Marion band. Maybe you can hear their talent in the background, hopefully underneath me. Again, North Marion 1-1 on the season. After tonight, they will be on the road for their next two games at Warrenton and at Kennedy. Then head home back here to North Marion High School in Aurora to take on 2A Regis Catholic of Staten at a non-league contest, and then wrap up the season at Valley Catholic. Back here at home for Jervis and Yamhill Carlton to finish the season. We'll take a 2-minute break, and when we return, take a look at our Banks Braves. They're 2-0 on the season and number 1 in the OSAA 3A coaches poll. However, the rankings that matter most at the end of the season, still number 2 behind Cascade Christian of Medford. We'll take a 2-minute break and tell you about the Banks Braves on the other side.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Jason, let's go see your room.
Same great smile, same great service, but a brand new location and a great new team. Sarah Hesselman Group is still proud to support Banks High School athletics, but has now joined the Premier Property Group real estate team with new offices located in Bethany. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, contact the Sarah Hesselman Group, Sarah at sarahhesselman.com, or call 503-313-0748.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Now with more Banks Braves athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back live from North Marion High School 3A District 1 opener, OSAA Oregon High School football. The Third week of the season for high school football in the state of Oregon. Banks Braves enter tonight's contest 2-0, averaging 41.5 points a game, 41 in their 41-14 victory at Santiam Christian in a battle of two top 10 teams. And then the Braves came home last week for a 42-13 thumping for a Seaside, former members of the Kawapa League. Both teams could return to what technically is 4A District 1 for football, possibly as early as next fall. Again, OSAA redistricting committee deciding on whether to shrink down to 5 classifications or stay at 6, starting for the 2026-2027 school season beginning next fall. High school roster for the Banks Braves. Number 1, Grady Lucia, a 5'10", 140-pound junior wide receiver. Number 2, Jared Martin, 5 touchdowns in the victory at Santiam Christian, 6 on the season through the first 2 games. I believe he also had one in the counting the one last week against Seaside. He is a 6', 200-pound senior wide receiver, also normally a pretty good return man as well. Have not had a chance to see him break one yet, but it might be time for him to break out of that tonight. Number 3, Cameron Brait. He will get some use at wide receiver as well, a 5'10", 150-pound sophomore. Number 4, Nate Lyda will get the start at quarterback this season, a 6'3", 160-pound junior. He'll be in on about 85% of the snaps, but also playing at quarterback this year, usually in the kind of coming in a wildcat formation, will be Lane Gilbert, 5'7", 170-pound senior. He will actually be listed as wide receiver, but don't be surprised if we call his name under center and out of shotgun tonight for the Braves. Number 5, Wyatt Jackson, 6'1", 185, tight end, a linebacker. Number 6, Lane Gilbert, we mentioned him. Number 7, Finnan Haley will be the third quarterback, technically number 2 quarterback on the roster, 5'10", 140-pound sophomore. He will get some playing time if this becomes a blowout in the second half. Number 8, Judson Woods, junior, 6', 160 wide receiver. Number 9, Chase Mead, 6', 175-pound sophomore kicker and punter. Missed his only field goal attempt, I believe a 39-yarder in last week's win over Seaside, but did boom one for 63-yard punt in the win at Santiam Christian to open the season on a key play in the first half that flipped the field for the Braves. Number 10, Henry White, one of the offensive leaders on this team. Already 3 or 4 touchdowns on the season for him, a 5'11", 180-pound running back linebacker. He'll get the bulk of the carries for the Braves. Number 11, Trevor Vanderzanden, 5'11", 140-pound wide receiver. Number 12, Jake Lamb, running back. He'll be the number 2 ball carrier behind Henry White, 6', 175. Brady Johnson, 6'1", 175 wide receiver. Number 16, Cam Ireland, 5'10", 140-pound sophomore wide receiver. Number 20, Bryce Warmington, 5'7", 115-pound sophomore wide receiver. Christian Medina, 5'8", 165 junior running back. You've heard his name mentioned quite a bit during baseball season. Number 22, Damian Robles, a sophomore, 5'9", 140-pound running back. Ben Lyda, wide receiver, 5'10", 150 wide receiver. Number 24, Owen Turner, senior, 5'11", 160 wide receiver. Number 25, Chase Mueller, 5'10", 165 running back. Cale Lamb, freshman, 5'6", 160 running back. Number 42, James Turner, junior, 6', 180 junior running back. Number 44, Garrett Graham, 6'2", 210 tight end, defensive end. And tight end number 80, Carter Hollinger, 6'1", 185 tight end linebacker. And again, we're not going to go over all of the linemen, but as is the case once again for the third straight week, a very noticeable size difference when you compare the two lines. 290, 280, and even 325 in the case of Chance Lindsey for the Braves. Cole Wilson and Cade Wilson and Chance Lindsey, the big mollies up front for the Braves. No player listed over 255 for North Marion, that being Saul Andrade, 5'8", 255 junior. And again, for the Braves, we mentioned a Week 1 victory at Santiam Christian, 41-14. 42-13 home victory over Seaside. Their contest at North Marion to open 3A District 1 tonight, and then they will be home for Seton Catholic in a game that originally was scheduled to be a league contest against Willamina, but Willamina playing an independent schedule this year due to only an 18-man roster, and originally started out with only 12, so Willamina not playing a league schedule this year and kind of picking and choosing their opponents on their schedule to face teams they think they can compete with. Some might call it cherry picking. After Seton Catholic, the Braves will return to league play at Jervis, which will be our next broadcast. We will not be on the air next Friday night to handle broadcast duties for Pacific University Volleyball in Forest Grove. And then October 10th, the Braves will return home for Kennedy. Again, we will not be at that homecoming broadcast due to duties for Pacific University, as will be the case the following week after that at Yamhill Carleton. But we will finish the season the following 2 weeks with Valley Catholic and Warrenton both at home here on Westside's GreatestHits.com and Westside Mobile Media. This is Banks Braves High School football on Westside Mobile Media on YouTube and Westside's GreatestHits.com. We'll be back again in 2 minutes. We should have the national anthem shortly. When we come back, we'll look at the updated 3A Top 10 Coaches Poll when we return.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street pizza.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
For more than 45 years, Housemaster has been offering residential and commercial inspection services with more than 200 locations across the U.S. and Canada. We've helped more than 3.5 million buyers and sellers make important real estate decisions. Housemaster of Southwest Portland helps local residents make the right choice when purchasing a residential or commercial property. Call Housemaster of Southwest Portland, 971-245-2500, or visit their website, housemaster.com/southwest-portland.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
And we're back taking a look at the Week 2 3A coaches poll for high school football in the state of Oregon. Number 1, Banks, 123 votes. Staying at number 1 from last week, 2-0, 6 first-place votes. Burns, the other 4 first-place votes. They were tied with Banks last week at number 1. They're also undefeated at 3-0. 9 votes behind the Braves at 114. Burns defeated Banks in the semifinals last year, despite being an 11 seed on their way to the ultimate underdog finish, winning the state championship last season. Number 2, Cascade Christian, tied with Burns, up a spot from number 3 last week, 3-0. 3 first place votes. Vale, staying at number 4, 2-1 with 78 votes. Number 5, Sayusla, up a spot from number 6 after their loss to 4A Marshfield the previous week to 1-1. 55 votes after their win over North Valley. Number 6, Dayton, just 4 votes behind. 2-0. Number 7, North Valley, 1-1 after their loss to Sayusla. At 45 votes, 6 votes behind Dayton. Very tight, 5, 6, and 7. Sayusla, 55 votes. Dayton, 51 votes. And North Valley, 45 votes. Number 8, Santiam Christian, up a spot from number 9 last week to 1-1. Moving their record to 1-1 with 31 votes. Number 9, Jervis, not ranked the previous week, 2-0 with 20 votes. Number 10, Sisters, into the poll also for the first time this season, 1-1 with 16 votes after their upset victory over Taft, who drops out of the top 10 coaches poll. South Umpqua with a victory also dropping out, but does receive votes. Sutherland just 1 spot out with 13 votes. South Umpqua with 11 votes, and Douglas Winston also receiving 9 votes in the OSA A3A coaches poll as the North Marion Marching Band salutes their Huskies with their fight song. Huskies will be wearing black uniforms, forest green numerals with white trim, forest green helmets with white face masks, black pants with green and white diagonal stripes on the bottom of the pants. Banks in their road white uniforms, navy blue numerals, Vegas gold trim, navy blue pants with Vegas gold flag down the side, starting with the wider end at the waist and moving to the tip at the knee. One moment for tonight's national anthem. Great job by Aurora Timmons, student at North Marion High School, performing tonight's national anthem. A little slip up there at the end on one of the words, but great job on her vocal performance. Always love to see students perform the national anthem whenever possible for high school sporting events. They didn't quite put enough time on the scoreboard when they set it to start warm-ups and left about 10 minutes short. So they put 4 minutes back on the clock as the teams are lined up on their respective sidelines. North Marion High School football field runs north and south. No logo at midfield. In fact, kind of odd. The lines on the field not even making it all the way across to both sidelines, leaving about 6 inches or so on each side. As the captains now come out to meet at midfield for tonight's exchange and coin toss. Far side of the field will be to the east side, home side of North Marion High School football field, where we're located will be at the west end. We're in the southwest corner of the North Marion grandstands, right about even with the 35-yard line. North Marion hoping for the upset tonight over the 3A coaches #1 or officially OSAA #2 Banks Braves. I missed who won the opening toss, but whoever it was, they have declined or deferred, I should say. Banks will be moving right to left to start the contest. And now the exchange of handshakes. Huskies a little bit of slight momentum after their narrow 1-point victory over Newport last week. But Newport, despite being one of the prolific 4A football teams back in the 80s and 90s, have really fallen off, have the Cubs, in the last 7 or 8 years, at least for football. And it's been probably 5 or 6 seasons since North Marion has returned to high school playoffs at the 3A level. They've stopped the clock with 42 seconds left, and I think we're just about set for the start of play. Banks has apparently won the toss and elected to defer. And the kick is away from Chase Mead to the opposite side of the field. It's going to go out of bounds, and a flag will be thrown for illegal procedure on the kick out of bounds. And North Marion will take over on the first possession of the game from their own 40-yard line, moving left to right. likely behind quarterback Elijah Short. And running back for, no, that is the quarterback. Elijah Short give off the far side. Somebody from North Marion lost a helmet. It's going to be a loss of about 4 on the first play of the game, 2nd down and 14. Apparently North Marion declined the penalty. It's 2nd down and 14 from almost the 30. Actually, a loss of long 5, almost 6, and the carry off the left side. Decent gain back. We'll get past the line of scrimmage. It's number 7, Lucas Fowler, running back, who on the keeper off the near side, listed as a running back. Ball to the near side of the field, 3rd down and 14 from the Huskies 31 on the opening drive of the game between number 1 Banks and North Marion at North Marion High School. Fowler, straight drop to throw, pass tipped high into the air, nearly intercepted by number 21 for the Braves. Christian Medina brings up 4th down and long for North Marion and a loss of 4 yards on their opening drive of the game. Hunter Isaac Guerrero with the kick. A punter, Isaac Guerrero, for North Marion. No return from the Braves. They will take over 1st and 10. Looks like with the ball around their own 27-yard line. And the give to Hunter White off the near side, tiptoes the near sideline all the way up near midfield for a 1st down Braves. Gain of about 20 on the first play of the game. And it will be a gain of 23 to midfield for Hunter White on the, Hunter White. Henry White. I don't know why I keep wanting to call him Hunter. It's his 4th season playing varsity football. Older brother Charlie White playing tight end for Portland State. Lighted a throw, plenty of time now, flushed out of the pocket, is going to keep it and have another 1st down out of bounds, close to the 35. Gain of close to 15, no flag on the play, 1st and 10 Braves. Well, 3 and out for North Marion. No 1st downs. They go backwards 4 yards. First 2 plays for the Braves. They total 38 yards. White to the right of Lyda with Martin, the lone receiver to the near side. Twins to the opposite side up top. Pass out to the tight end, number 44, down the far sideline. Makes a man miss, and then it's taken out by a nice tackle at the knees. Another big play for the Braves. James Turner moves the ball into the red zone down to the Banks 10-yard line. Maybe they will call it the 11, but it's another big gain for the Braves. A pickup of 24. First 3 plays of the game for the Braves have gone 15 yards or more. Trips near side this time, with that being the wide side of the field, with Martin, Jackson, and Gilbert. Pass to the opposite side, out of bounds, but a flag on the play. And we may have a hold against the Braves, making the catch Judson Woods, but this may come back. And it is against Banks. Nice to see the Banks Spirit Squad making the trip with the team tonight. Unable to hear the description of the penalty behind the North Marion band, but it is against the Braves. I think it's going to be just a 5-yard penalty. Moves it back to the 15, second, and I think they can get a first down just outside the goal line. Three receiver set. Lyda, the pass to Gilbert out of the backfield, makes a couple men miss, finds a hole, squeezes his way into the end zone for a 16-yard touchdown pass to Lane Gilbert. 9:22 to go in the opening quarter. Banks 6. North Marion nothing. Braves score on their opening drive on a 16-yard touchdown pass from Nate Lyda to Lane Gilbert. Extra point snap is down. Kick is up and through. 9:22 to go in the first quarter. Banks 7, North Marion nothing. Will return in just a moment.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
And we're back 7-0. Nate Lyda, 16-yard touchdown pass to Lane Gilbert to open the scoring for Banks here at North Marion in the 3A District 1 opener. And the kick is away, and again, will go out of bounds at the 22. Again, a flag on the play. North Marion ready for their second drive of the game. Their first possession went backwards 4 yards. Did not take long for Banks to score. I think that was 5, maybe a 6-play drive, including the short 5-yard penalty. 7-0 Braves, 9:22 to go first quarter. Nate Lida connecting with Lane Gilbert. Quarterback to former and part-time quarterback, we should say, Lane Gilbert. For the reception, pass caught and dropped. Then the big hit coming over late from Lane Gilbert. Pass in the hands of number 5, Cole Stoddard, the tight end. Incomplete, second down and 10. North Marion just trying to take as much time as they can in the huddle and try to keep the ball away from this high-potent Braves offense, averaging 6 touchdowns a game. Fowler sends a man in motion and is going to keep it. It's a little bit of room, maybe across the line of scrimmage for about a yard. That's going to be about it to the 36. Actually, they're going to say no gain after initially moving the down marker across the original line of scrimmage. It might be a loss of a half a yard, actually. Third down and a long 10, clock under 9 minutes. Second possession of North Marion in the first quarter, trailing 7-0. Fowler. Huskies come to the line. Empty backfield. Sends a man in motion. That's going to be Ashpole. And rolling to his left. Now steps up into the pocket. It's going to be brought down on a gang sack. 3 different Braves players there. And again, North Marion is going to go backwards for the second straight possession. A loss of about 7 that time. So they go -4 on their first drive, -7 on their second drive, and it's going to be 4th and long from the Husky 28, almost the 29-yard line. Martin is back, going to receive it at the 38 of the Braves, has some room. Far side flag on the play, and whatever occurs, it's going to be brought back. He is tripped up down to the Husky 40, but this one is going to come back. I think it's going to be a hold, likely called against Lane Gilbert. Clock stops on the change of possession and the flag on special teams. 7:38 to go first quarter, 7-0 Braves. Huskies haven't had much to rock about tonight so far through their first 2 possessions. -11 yards. Braves with their second possession just getting underway. They went 73 yards on about 6 plays for a opening drive touchdown that concluded with a 16-yard touchdown pass from Nate Lida to Lane Gilbert. 7-0 Braves, 7:38 first quarter. Lida to pass, dumps it off, pass high, but caught by Henry White. 40, 45 midfield, makes a man miss, cuts back middle of the field, nearly has his head ripped off, but clean tackle and is going to get inside the 40 down to about the 38, and it's been big play after big play after big play for the Braves after having 1st and 10 from about their own 25-yard line. A gain of 38 on kind of a little screen to Henry White. It's the Braves into Husky territory again quickly at the 37-yard line of the Huskies. Lida with Martin. And Jake Lamb lined up as receivers. This time pass a little too much on it. Through the hands of Jake Lamb a little bit high, but if you'd ask Jake, I'm sure he would say he should have caught that. Had a chance to get his hands around it, but too much zip on it that time from Lida, 2nd down and 10. That's about the only play that the Braves have not had positive yards on tonight through their first 2 opening drives. Take away the penalties, and everything has been positive yardage, and most. I think that's the first play tonight that has not been a penalty or a gain of 15 yards or more. Lida. Jake Lamb this time lined up as the back to his right. Whistles, and do we have a timeout or a flag in the backfield of North Marion, possibly encroachment? Delay of game against the Braves. So the first 2 games, despite the offensive success the Braves have had, they have had some issues in the running game, and especially with penalties, mainly holding and personal foul variety. And a 5-yard penalty this time for the Braves makes it 2nd and 15 from the 42 of the Huskies. And the give to Jake Lamb inside the 40. Brody Ruby on the tackle down to about the 37, 38-yard line. Gain of 3, 3rd down and 9. First, I think it's really the first 3rd down even for the Braves on their 2nd drive of the game. Every play in the opening possession was a 1st down or a touchdown. Martin near side, the only receiver to that side of the field. Twins far side. Lida to throw, flushed out of the pocket. Now has time and is going to run. It's tripped up shy of the 35, but a flag in the backfield. Again, likely another hold against the Braves. Clock stops, 6:14 first quarter. Braves again going backwards. The best defense for North Marion is the Braves getting in their own way on. They've had probably 7 or 8 penalties already just in their first 2 possessions. That will move the ball back to the 47-yard line. 3rd down and 19. White, the lone back, now moves to the left. Lined up as a slot pass, tipped, cut, but is not going to get very far. Maybe back to the 44, pickup of about 3, and it's going to be 4th down and long. I think the Braves might be going for it. From about their own 43-yard line. Fourth and 16. Scoreboard says the ball, now they fix it. 4th and 16 from the 43. Lida to throw. Has time, and it's overthrown, intended for Lane Gilbert. And North Marion will take over on downs. 5:20 to go in the first quarter, trailing 7-0. Braves dominated on their opening possession, but penalties killing them in this contest, especially on that second possession of the game, putting them in a 3rd and almost 20 situation. They get a few yards back on third down on a short screen pass to Henry White, but unable to complete a deep pass down the middle to Lane Gilbert on fourth down. And North Marion will take over with decent field position from their own 43 with 5:20 to go in the opening quarter. Fowler, low snap, able to pick it up off the ground and is going to get something out of it. Up to midfield, down the near side, steps out at the 45, but it will be enough for the first down of North Marion. And the Huskies defense, despite not doing much the first two quarters, keeping the Braves out of the end zone on their second possession, and now their first down of the game. But we have an injury to Fowler on the near sideline. And coming into play quarterback, like will be number 10, Jackson Pierce. Fowler has his helmet off. Pierce, a little bit of an issue with the handoff, and give that time. Bottom of the pile, I believe, number 60. Could be one of the unnumbered players we have on our roster. Do not have a 62 on our roster. Again, Pierce tossed to the right side, and it's actually 32. Or 22, Henry Bankhead for a short gain of 2, third down and 8 from the 45. North Marion with the ball for the first time in Braves territory for 10 clock moving first quarter. Each team with 3 possessions so far in the contest. The only score in the game, a 16-yard touchdown pass from Nate Lyda to Lane Gilbert, a 7-0 Braves lead so far. And nothing there either that time on the ground for the Huskies as Fowler re-enters the game. It'll be a loss all the way back to the 47, 48-yard line, a loss of 5, fourth down and 13. Again, the Huskies will punt. And it's blocked. Getting through, James Turner picking up the loose football and tripped up, almost able to stay on his feet. Another big special teams play for the Braves. 1st and 10 Banks from the Husky 25. And that may be the momentum swing the Braves need, but they've got to avoid penalties. 1st and 10 Braves from the Husky 25 after the block punt from James Turner. Correction, 44 Garrett Graham, 42 is James Turner. So Garrett Graham with the block punt, Lyda out of shotgun far side. Looking, flushed out of the pocket, now steps up and is going to keep it. As a first down, steps inside the 5, I think. Do not see a flag on the play. Nate Lyda, the big first down carry from the Husky 25, moves the ball down to the North Marion 10, actually. Kind of hard to see down at that opposite end of the field where even with the 35-yard line at the opposite end, we have a whistle and an official's timeout. Looks like an equipment issue for a North Marion player. Coming out for North Marion, number 12, Landon Ashpole, replaced by number 5, Cole Stoddard, defensively. And it's going to be a loss on the screen pass to Lane Gilbert. Really all the way back to the 15. Second down and goal from the 13. And the give, Henry White spins out of an ankle tackle in for the end zone. Into the end zone, touchdown Braves. Henry White's first touchdown run of the night. 1:45 to go in the first quarter, Banks 13. Huskies nothing. Waiting for the snap. Chase Meade, the kick. It is down and off the left upright. No good. 1:45 to go in the opening quarter. A little bit of something to cheer about for North Marion as Chase Meade misses the extra point off the left upright. 1:45 to go in the first quarter. Banks 13. We'll take another 30-second break and be back in just a moment. Whether it's a steaming hot old-fashioned cup of joe or hot chocolate on a cold winter day, or an ice-cold Italian soda or iced coffee on a hot summer day, anytime is a great time to stop by Scoggins Creek Coffee. With 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton, their warm and friendly baristas will get you the delicious drink of your choice. Scoggins Creek Coffee, call 503-985-3483, 503-985-3483.
Now with more Banks Braves athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And after every punt or after every kickoff for the Braves, that being their third of the night, they've had the illegal procedure kicking the ball out of bounds. $13-0 Banks, 16-yard touchdown pass from Nate Lyda to Lane Gilbert, and a 13-yard touchdown run from Henry White, giving the Braves a 2-score lead. Chase Meade's extra point attempt off the left upright on that last touchdown. Fowler, a quick shovel pass inside, and carrying defenders, been another late flag. This might be a personal foul. Not a personal foul unless it's against North Marion. That's the first penalty for the Huskies tonight. Timeout, I believe, called by the Braves. 1:39 first quarter. We'll take one as well. Late first quarter, Banks 13, North Marion nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Are you looking for a job with flexible hours, a way to support your community, or a first step toward a career in education? ESS has exciting substitute teacher and paraprofessional openings at schools throughout Eastern Yamhill, Columbia, and Washington counties. You'll enjoy creating your own schedule with weekly pay, ongoing training, and benefits. Begin your rewarding career in education by applying today at ess.com.
And we're back following what we believe to be a Braves timeout. North Marion stayed on the field. Braves came to the sideline. First and 20, 10-yard penalty for the Huskies, their first of the game. Ball marked at their own 25-yard line. Moving left to right. Huskies have not had a positive yardage possession or drive yet in this game. Fowler rolling to his left. He's going to keep and steps up into the pocket and go get maybe a yard or two back. Yeah, maybe just about a yard. Second down and 19 from the 26. Huskies come to the line. Braves are set defensively. I think we're going to have a delay of game against North Marion. Another flag on the play. It's been a lengthy first quarter due to all the penalties, all the offense, although it hasn't been pretty either side, even though the number one team in the state is on the field, averaging 42 points a game. It's now 2nd and 23 for the Huskies from their own 22. And in motion, Fowler on the toss. Gets a little bit inside, and another flag on the play. Again, this is nothing against the officials, and they're doing a great job, but at this point in the game, it seems like they're getting paid by the flag or the number of penalty yards. Not bad calls or anything like that, but we've seen that a lot this year where there seems to have been a discussion with the PFOA and their officials to call more penalties in high school football this season. Final 30 seconds of the first quarter. This may do it for the opening period. Fowler and the Huskies come to the line. Sits a man in motion with a double clap cadence. Left to right, now rolls left, steps back into the pocket, now flushed out, and is going to be brought down inside the 10, about the 7-yard line, and that will end the first quarter. As we move to the second quarter after one, Banks 13, North Marion nothing. North Marion in the first quarter, all of their possessions have gone backwards. After one, Banks 13, North Marion nothing. Will return in 30 seconds. Explore your world with Donna Maller-Hawkins at Infinity Escapes Travel. She's a Banks alum and can help you find great deals on cruises with Regent Seven Seas and discounts on guests with Virgin Voyages and Royal Caribbean. Want to stay ashore? Check out featured tours like National Parks of the American West, like tours of Croatia and Madagascar. Book your next vacation with Donna Maller-Hawkins and Infinity Escapes Travel, calling 823-634-8080 or visit infinityescapestravel.com. And we're back, start of the second quarter. Banks a 13-0 lead. North Marion 4th down and 37 from their own 8. And another dangerous special teams play for North Marion after having their last kick block that led to a Braves touchdown. They do get away. It's going to bounce out of bounds and go inside the 30. Martin's going to pick it up and has a chance to score, and he will do so from inside the 28. Braves now up 3 scores. Jared Martin, his first touchdown run of the season, makes it 19-0. So on the first play of the second quarter, Jared Martin takes it 28 yards on a short kick out of the North Marion end of the field as the team switched sides for the second quarter. Jared Martin takes it 28 yards on the short field to the house for the 3rd touchdown of the game, his first touchdown return on the season. And the 2-point conversion is good on the pass play to Lane. It's not Lane Gilbert. It's actually number 2 for the Braves. Jared Martin making the catch. 21-0 Braves. 11:48 to go, second quarter. We'll be back.
At Wana Credit Union, every individual is unique, with different needs, different wants, and different goals. This is who we are, and we live here. Our families live here. Our friends live here. This is our home, because to us, you're not a number. You're an individual. Wana Credit Union. Individuals welcome.
We're back. It's now Banks 21, North Marion nothing. 11:48 first half. Still haven't seen that much offense from the Braves, but Jared Martin, a 28-yard touchdown return and brought down inside the 15 on a great special teams tackle. Number 45 trying to answer for North Marion. Caleb Collier. North Marion comes to the line, 11:44 first half, 1st and 10 from their own 15. They've been backed up all night and have gone backwards all night on every possession to this point in the game. Fowler to throw, pass to everybody. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10. Last time these two teams were here, we had a final score of something like 63-14, and North Marion did not score until the second half in the running clock situation with the Braves' second unit in. Fowler with one back directly to his right. Fowler pass nearly intercepted, knocked away by Jared Martin. 3rd down and 10. Especially with North Marion being backed up so far at their own end of the field. their own 15-yard line. It might be a positive for them just to not have a negative play or not go backwards on this possession. Fowler bobbles the snap, gets a little bit of room, and actually it's going to be a positive gain for North Marion up to about the 17, 18-yard line. No flag on the play. Cole Stoddard on the carry. 4th and 7 from their own 18. Martin with another chance to bust one. And tries to field it. It's going to be over his head, but North Marion does not appear to be wanting to get on the fumble. He's going to get to the outside, down the far side. Jared Martin is into the end zone. Somersaults his way into the left front corner. His second touchdown return of the game, and we have a player down on the field for North Marion at the Huskies 45. Jared Martin back-to-back touchdown returns on short field opportunities. Makes the score 27-0 pending the extra point. Snap is down, kick again off the left upright. No good. So Chase Meade again missing the extra point off the left upright. And despite having a 4-touchdown lead, kind of one of those rare, kind of a little bit of an odd season, despite averaging 6 touchdowns a game, the Braves have had issues on the ground until they did do a little bit more positively on the ground last week against Seaside. Have had issues with personal foul penalties this season, and we thought had a pretty good special teams after Chase Meade's 63-yard punt in the opener at Santiam Christian, but a 39-yard missed field goal last week, and now 2 missed extra points, both off the left uprights here at North Marion. Banks a 27-0 lead. And it's going to be taken this time by North Marion and finally slammed down at the 20-yard line. No flag on the play. Coming off the field with the football again, number 45 is Collier on the return to the 20-yard line of the Huskies. Husky offense comes to the line. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Fowler. Actually, it's not Fowler in a quarterback anymore. It's completing a pass for a rare positive play for North Marion up to the 25. Jackson Pierce at quarterback completing the pass. Actually, they're going to mark it actually to the 24 on the pass to Stoddard. Cole Stoddard making the reception. Second down and 6 for the Huskies. 10:04 first half. 27-0 Banks. Again, it looks to go to the air. Pass is intercepted. It will be Gilbert down the near sideline into the end zone. 34-0 Banks. 9:46 to go on a 35-yard interception from Lane Gilbert. We'll see if the Braves will go for 2. Lida. Braves do appear to be going for 2. Do not see Meade on the field. 5 receivers. Pass over the middle cut. Lane Gilbert. 2-point conversion is good. Lane Gilbert gets thrown down on the pass. No flag on the play. 2-point conversion is good. 9:46 to go in the first half. Banks 35. North Marion nothing. Braves starting to score quickly and often now against North Marion here on the road. $9:46 to go in the first half. A couple of the Braves' touchdowns have come on interception returns this season. Last week, the 20-yard variety from Wyatt Jackson, and tonight 35 yards from Lane Gilbert. Also 2 back-to-back punt returns for touchdowns from Jared Martin, as again, illegal procedure penalty on the kick out of bounds from the Braves. $35-0 Banks, 9:46 first half. This keeps up, we may be out of here before 9 o'clock with a running clock in the second half. Pierce now will play at quarterback, and Fowler, who played at quarterback much of the first 2 quarters, will now be lined up at wide receiver for the Huskies. Pierce on a little bit of a toss and slipping down shy of the line of scrimmage at the 35. Is Fowler. Short loss on the play, second down. Call it a loss of a yard and a half, almost 2. Second down and 12. Back to the 33. Fowler again, this time on the toss left. Loss of another yard, back to the 33, 3rd down and 12 for the Huskies, under 9 minutes first half. Pierce is going to roll right. Now can't decide where to go with the football, and he's going to go down back at the 30. Another negative possession for the Huskies. It's either been turnover or go backwards for the Husky offense all night through the first quarter and a half. Banks a 35-0 lead, and again, another Huskies punt coming to the dangerous Jared Martin, and they may just try to kick it away from him with already 2 touchdown returns in this game, standing back at his own 32-yard line. And timeout, North Marion. 7:55 to go in the first half. Trying not to let this one get away. It's already getting out of hand here midway through the first half. And I'm not sure why, but they've, clock is correct. I thought earlier they may have added time. A little bit of a long week personally, and 7:55 to go in the first half. 35-0 all Banks through the first quarter and a half. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
O'Leary Air is proudly offering Dakin Comfort Pro HVAC products. They've been serving the West Side and Greater Portland Metro since 2015. They pride themselves in getting the job done right, backed by a legacy of integrity, respect, and honesty. O'Leary Air offers competitive pricing on all their work. Give them a call today at 503-989-5251. That's 503-989-5251. Online at o'learyair.com. CCV number 239855.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back 35-0 Banks, 7:55 to go first half. Kick is away, and they kick it to the left side of the field, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 35 of the Braves. 1st and 10. 7:47 to go in the first half, a 35-0 lead. Apparently a personal foul penalty against the Braves. Actually, they're going to mark it at the 26-yard line. Who do not see a penalty on the play. Lyda. Starter still in for the Braves with a 5-touchdown lead. One back, likely Henry White. Pass out. Caught number 8 up the near sideline. Midfield gets around a defender. Can't push him out of bounds. Finally brought down inside the 20. Big first down reception for the Braves and number 8. Judson Woods all the way inside the Husky 20-yard line. Gain of 51 yards on the pass play. First and 10 from the Husky 15, 7:34 first half. Trying to get some other players involved in the offense. Judson Woods again bulldozes a defender. Gets inside the 10 to about the 7. It'll be second down and short. Gain of 7 to the 8-yard line. First and second down and 4 from the ball was marked at the 15. They're calling it second down and 4 from the 8. It should be second down and 3 if the original line of scrimmage was the 15. Pass out, through it behind to Gilbert and Martin in the area on the pass to the far side. Incomplete. Third and 4 from the 8-yard line. .644 first half, 35-0 Banks. Number 1 Braves looking to open district play undefeated. I think it's been, although I don't think they have lost a league contest as a member of 3A football. And into the end zone, Jake Lamb for the touchdown from 8 yards out, 41-0 Braves. But, oh yeah, whistle signaling the touchdown. The route is on at North Marion High School, 41-0, waiting for the extra point after the 8-yard touchdown run from Jake Lamb. Mead to hold, Mead to kick. Light of the hold. The snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good this time. 6:40 to go in the first half. 6 touchdowns, and I think all but one of the 35 points in the second quarter, I believe, for the Braves. 6:40 still on the clock before we head to halftime. It's Banks 42. North Marion nothing. Will return for the final 6 minutes of the first half in just a moment.
Do you have your next vacation planned? Whether it's time for a cruise, weekend getaway, or a bucket list resort, let Lazy Hammock Travel in North Plains help you. Lazy Hammock Travel, your passport to relaxation. Call Jason Ackerman at 503-332-5571 or visit their website, lazyhammocktravel.com. Lazy Hammock Travel, proud sponsors of Banks Braves Athletics and American Legion Baseball on Westside Mobile Media.
And we're back 42-0. You hear the sounds of the North Marion pep band in the background trying to do everything they can to keep their fans and their team in it, but they haven't had much to cheer about. 1 interception and a lot of negative possessions for the Huskies. And the Huskies fumble the return. It's going to be, they're going to fall on it about the 18. 6:37 first half, 42-0 Banks. Scoreboard has 1st and 10 from the Huskies 19. The ball is nowhere near that. 1st and 10 from about the Huskies 17. Again, a low snap, and is going to get cause the ball carrier to get swarmed under inside the 15. Another Big loss on the play for the Huskies. I'm going to get a good spot to get that marked at the 14-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play. Second down and 13 from the 14-yard line. Clock nearing 6 minutes first half, 42-0 Banks. Pass is tipped and tipped away. Pass intended for Stoddard, incomplete. Incompletion stops the clock, 5:57 first half, 42-0 Banks. Coming in late with the play, now in a quarterback Jackson Pierce. Pierce rolling to his right. Throws kind of sidearm, and it's incomplete. Again, a loss of 5 on that drive for the Huskies. Still, almost 6 minutes to go for the Braves offense, and another opportunity to put even more points on the board. Already 6 touchdowns in the first half. Snap is away. Kick will be fielded by Martin at about the 43. Cuts back middle of the field. And a flag on the play. This is probably going to come back. He will get to the far side and inside the 5, but it's going to come back. Although North Marion's head coach talking to the officials like he's unhappy about something. Maybe just whether or not to accept the penalty, though. Although in that situation, you definitely want to accept the penalty. First and 10 Braves, 5:38 to go, first half. Banks had kind of cleaned up the penalties the last couple of drives until that point, but on another great Jared Martin return, it's going to be called back for a hold early in the run. They'll mark it back to the 43. About the original spot where he made the catch on the return. Now they think they got it figured out where they want to spot the football. First and 10. Banks from their own 47. Lyda, the give. To number 21, busting his way through for another first down for the Braves. I believe that's Christian Medina. First and 10 down to about the 33, gain of 14. Again, the give to Medina. Actually, it's not Medina this time. It's number 42. This time it will be James Turner up the middle, close to another first down. And it will be a gain of 10 for another Braves first down. Stops the clock momentarily, 5:02 first half. First and 10 for the Braves at the Husky 23. Under 5 minutes first half, 42-0 Banks. Lida. Again, Braves are going to keep it on the ground, this time back to Medina. Makes a couple men miss, gets an extra 5, 7, 8 yards inside the 10. Another Braves first down to about the 7-yard line, first and goal for the Braves again. Medina will come out. Actually mark it back to the 9, first and goal for the Braves. Turner the lone back to the right of Lida and behind him. The give to Turner off the left side. Makes a couple of men miss. Is not going to get away, though, from a double team, and he'll go down maybe a gain of a yard. It'll be third down and goal from the 8. Lida, Medina back in the game at running back. The give to Medina up the middle and inside the 5. He carries the ball over his head into the end zone, but I don't think he quite got in. Fourth and goal, and they're alternating Medina and Turner on the ground on this drive. They're going to try to get in from a yard out on fourth down. Down marker reads 3. And the give, Turner is in for the touchdown. Getting in and sneaking his way across on a knee. 2:38 to go in the first half. 48-0 Banks. Snap down, kick up and through. 49-0 Banks, 2:38 first half. And all Banks here, especially in the second quarter. We'll be back in just a moment.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding Western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post.
Now with more Banks Braves athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
The sounds of the North Marion Pep Band, 2:38 to go in the first half, 49-0 Banks. Running clock situation does not start until the second half, regardless of the margin in the contest. And again, it doesn't go out of bounds. And North Marion is going to get the return. Can't see who the number is on the opposite side of the field, up to about the 17, 18-yard line out of bounds. 2:34 first half, 49-0 Banks. A couple of touchdown returns for Jared Martin off of punts. Just about everybody has scored for Banks in this game. Expect to see Finn and Haley and some more of the second and third string in the second half. I think we're going to have a delay of game against North Marion or a false start. False start against the Huskies, 2:33 first half. 49-0 Banks, first and 15 from the Huskies' 12-yard line. Low snap and the give off far side. He's going to lose yards again. Second down and long. Bottom of the pile for the Braves that time in on the tackle. Number 5, Wyatt Jackson. Second down and 17 from the 10. Quick toss out to the near side, gets around the end, and again will not even get back to the line of scrimmage, back to the 10-yard line. Henry Bankhead loses another 2 yards, fourth and long again for North Marion. $36 points for Banks in the second quarter. And North Marion, third and long, third and 20, and that's going to likely be the final play of the half. Clock is inside a minute. North Marion will have to punt it away. From their own 7-yard line. Having to punt from the center of their own end zone, and Martin a chance for another touchdown return. It's not going to be Martin this time. It will be number 1 for the Braves, Grady Lucia on the return. 17 seconds for the half. Braves will likely take a knee and go in at halftime up 7 touchdowns, the most points they've scored this season. Braves will come to the line. Looking at the white hat, a penalty against the Braves, but he hasn't indicated what the penalty is. Ten from the 32, or from the 42 of the Huskies, and Lida will just take a knee, and that will do it for the first half. 36 points for the Braves in the second quarter, turning a somewhat respectable start to the contest from North Marion into a blowout here at halftime. North Marion, nothing positive offensively, and an interception that led to a Braves return. 7 touchdowns in the first half from Banks. It's all Braves, 49-0 at the half. We'll be back in 2 minutes and take a look at our scoring plays through the first 2 quarters. We'll be back after this.
Legacy Roofing can save your home from leaks, mold, and other issues related to an older roof, preventing future roof issues, saving you thousands of dollars. They use only the most trusted materials backed by an excellent warranty that is transferred if you ever sell your home. Legacy is tops in their field, earning the GAF Master Elite certification and the Golden Pledge warranty. For more information or to get a free quote, call 503-357-7663 today.
Divine Home Solutions can upgrade your kitchen with quality cabinets. Divine Home Solution focuses on quick turnaround time from lead to completion. They also have luxury vinyl plank flooring as well. Don't just make your kitchen beautiful, make it divine. Divine Home Solutions, 971-407-6742 or 971-325-7759 and online at divinehome.solutions.
Your local lender, Christy Van Meter at Union Home Mortgage, is here to walk you through every step in purchasing your new home. Christy and her team bring trusted knowledge and years of experience to make your home loan financing process an enjoyable one. If you're in the business or have questions about purchasing or refinancing your home, call Christy Van Meter at Union Home Mortgage, 503-327-5302, or visit uhm.com/kvanmeter. Union Home Mortgage, official sponsor of the PBR. Union Home Mortgage promises cap. Christy Van Meter is licensed in Oregon 1700271, Washington MLO-1700271, and Arizona 1039867. Union Home Mortgage is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229.
Casey Ogden is a healthcare expert with more than 40 years in the field serving others and is college certified in nursing and healthcare administration. Her business, Casey Ogden Healthcare Services, offers everything you need for home health, from limited medical equipment, meal preparation, medication management, medical transportation, and more. Call 971-273-6058 or email caseyogden.hcs.llc@gmail.com.
Specialty Screen Printing in Yamhill offers your business the creativity and expertise to print your logo on a variety of items. Owners Ken and Linda Johnson have 40 years of experience on industrial parts and every type of material, including ceramic tile. Their fast service can have your project done in less than a week. Visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com, to see for yourself how they can help you boost your company's marketing and industrial screen printing needs. Call 971-998-9274 or visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com.
And we're back halftime. Banks had just a 13-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. 36 points in the second period to take control of this game. 49-0. And it could be even worse than that. A couple of short field touchdown returns for Jared Martin off of short field punts from North Marion. Also an interception that got them deep into North Marion territory. And even James Turner getting into the end zone for the Braves in the first half. Taking a look at how we got to this point, Banks' first touchdown came on a 16-yard touchdown pass to Lane Gilbert with 9:22 to go in the opening quarter after a 5-yard penalty on the previous play. Again, despite 7 touchdowns in this game, it has not been pretty offensively for the Braves, at least through the first quarter and a half of this game. Too many penalties, and this is the third straight game that we've said that. This could, Cole Linehan is not one to run the score up, and that's why you've seen even before the end of the half some of the second unit players get into this game. But this game could be much worse if the Braves didn't have the penalties that they had in the first half. They've kind of cleaned up the personal foul penalties, but still a lot of holding and short 5-yard penalties that have backed them up and caused them to be in longer yardage situations than what needed to be. Second touchdown of the game for the Braves. Henry White, a 13-yard touchdown run, made the score 13-0 Banks, 1:45 to go. Still in the first quarter, the extra point, the first of 2 by Chase Meade, that was off the left upright, no good. That is how we would end the first quarter, but a wild offensive run for the Braves in the second period. Jared Martin, a 28-yard punt return for the first points of the second half. Just a few seconds in, 12 seconds in to be exact, with 11:48 to go on the first half clock after a short field from North Marion. 27-0 Jared Martin again on a second straight punt return for the touchdown. 10:44 to go in the first half. Lane Gilbert then a 35-yard touchdown interception return to put the Braves up 35-0. 9:46 to go in the first half. Jake Lamb, the number 2 running back, 8-yard touchdown run to put the Braves up 6 touchdowns. And then James Turner, a 1-yard carry to put the Braves up 49-0 with 2:38 to go in the first half, which is where we stand at halftime with 9 minutes to go before halftime. We'll take another 2-minute break, see if we can get you some other scores, see if our good friend Jonathan Lee and our radio partner helping us with news and weather on Westside's Greatest Hits and Oregon Trail Country can get us an update on Westview. We'll be back in 2 minutes. This is Banks Braves football on Westside Mobile Media and Westside'sGreatestHits.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon. Because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Are you passionate about making a positive impact on the environment? Are you ready to turn your passion for sales into a home-based adventure? We have an exciting opportunity for you. With our flexible work-from-home opportunity, you have the freedom to set your own hours. No more rigid schedules or commuting hassles. Work on your terms and achieve the work-life balance you've always desired. Say goodbye to quotas and hello to flexibility. You set your own hours, ensuring the perfect work-life balance. But it gets better. Get paid for making a difference. Help people transition to clean energy and contribute to a healthier planet. Your success is not just measured in sales, but in the positive impact you make on people and the environment. Ready to make a difference while earning from the comfort of your home? Call us at 503-83-94949 to join our team and be part of our solar revolution.
And we're back 49-0 Banks, 36 points in the second quarter, breaking open a 13-0 lead at the end of the first quarter to take control here at halftime over North Marion, and a running clock in the second half with a 7-touchdown lead. Banks, their most points so far in any game this season, 42 in the win last week against Seaside, 41 in the opening week victory at Santiam Christian. Can't find any updates on Oregon Live on other scores around the state. To a one final to report, Eddyville in a rout, a 1A six-man football program dismantling to a Reed Sport 59-19. Reed Sport playing an independent schedule this year. Also sad news for my alma mater, Yoncalla, dominating program through the 80s and 90s, unable to complete the 2025 season due to injuries and a shortened roster. Thurston had to win by forfeit tonight after South Eugene reported not enough players healthy to play. One final from 5A Wilsonville all over Hillsborough last night at Harefield, 49-22. And in six-man football, Eastern Oregon, Dayville, Monument, Long Creek 70, South Wasco 8, and C.S. Lewis defeated Falls City at George Fox 21-0. College football tomorrow. Expected to be a long day for the Oregon State Beavers. They've been, unfortunately, and this is coming from someone with a lot of ties to Oregon State, The Beavers' special teams especially have been laughable. That's about the cleanest way I can say it. Head coach Trent Bray had some other choice words during their game against Fresno State to explain their special teams play, but Oregon State, a 35.5-point dog to the Ducks at Autzen Stadium tomorrow for the noon kickoff on the Big Ten Network. Oregon State, after tomorrow, expected to be 0-4, but they do have some kind of don't want to take anything for granted or undervalue the opponents coming up the next few weeks, but much better chance to get victories for the Beavers with Sam Houston State, Lafayette, and a couple of other lower echelon teams coming in. However, Houston will be a tough contest as well. Mariners in a big series at Houston in what could likely decide the American League West champ. Mariners with a big 4-0 shutout victory at Houston tonight as North Marion makes their way back onto the field. Mariners could sneak into the number 2 spot in the American League and get a bye. In the first round of the American League. Used to saying American Legion all summer. Again, congratulations to the Portland Barbers, who became the first team from Portland to advance to North Carolina to the American Legion World Series in nearly 60 years, advancing all the way to the semifinals before losing and getting eliminated by a team from Virginia. Phoenix Mercury defeats Sabrina Ionescu and Oregon alum Satu Sabali. Actually, I think she's an Oregon State grad. Phoenix defeats Liberty 2-1 in the WNBA playoffs with a 79-73 victory. Kansas City, who just wrapped up a series against the Mariners, scores 20 runs against the American League East leading Toronto Blue Jays. Oklahoma State looking to bounce back from last week's embarrassment against the Ducks, taking on Tulsa this week, and they fall again. The Hurricanes getting the surprise victory over the Cowboys, 19-12 in a low-scoring contest. Other top 25 matchups tomorrow in college football. The breakfast matchup, 17 Texas at number 16 Utah on Fox. Number 15 Tennessee looks to bounce back from last week's overtime loss to Georgia, taking on Alabama Birmingham. We mentioned the Oregon State-Oregon game at noon. Kent State at number 7 Florida State. That should be an easy win for the Seminoles. Number 22 Auburn at number 11 Oklahoma in a battle of undefeateds in a noon contest on ABC. Number 13, Ole Miss hosting second team likely to be one of the teams likely to be ranked among the top non-Power 5, among the highest in the non-Power 5, Tulane at 12:30 as we get ready to start the second half. Banks kicking off to North Marion again at halftime. So Banks deferred to the second half. This must be some kind of sportsmanship situation where Banks has allowed North Marion to take the ball first in the second half because Banks won the toss and deferred to the second half, and North Marion started the game with the football. Again, it's going to go out of bounds, take a high bounce at the 20 off the nose of the football. (49-0) Braves, start of the third quarter. Not sure why the clock isn't moving. First and 10 Huskies moving right to left, start of the third quarter. Big opportunity for the Braves' second unit with a lot of playing time in the second half, up 7 scores. Toss to the left side and is going to get a little bit of room. Gain of about 3, close to 4 yards, almost to the 40. Henry Bankhead for a gain of 4, second down and 6 to the 30. On a long 3, second down and 6. And Pierce to throw about 10 yards beyond everybody. Intended for Fowler down the near side, incomplete. 3rd and 6. North Marion with something like 40-some players listed on their roster, but not all of them are on the field. 3rd and 6 from the Husky 39. North Marion moving right to left. Again, Pierce to throw, throws it up, and it is a jump ball. Are they going to say came down with it? They're going to rule an interception by the Braves. Jump ball, both players came down with it. That's going to be one of those situations where who comes down with it first, and they're going to give the interception to Trevor Vander Zanden. First and 10 Braves from their own 40. Caden Cole Wilson already college size on the offensive line for the Braves. Finn and Haley now in a quarterback for Banks. And likely a false start. Yep, that is the indication against the Braves. 5-yard penalty. Cade Wilson, 290. Vance Willard, 280. And Chance Lindsay, 325. Braves line 215, 225, 210, 225, 250, 290, 280, 325, and 235. Only 2 players below 200 pounds on the Braves' offensive and defensive line. 1st and 15 for the Braves. Haley took the toss out Far side, down the far side is going to get thrown ahead up to the 45, down to the 44 of North Marion. First and 10 Braves. They're going to mark it at the 45, a gain of 20. First and 10. Could not see who made the catch on the opposite side of the field. Whistles and I have an equipment issue with a chin strap or mouth guard for North Marion, so number 21, Josiah Zuniga, will have to be replaced by Brody Ruby. Haley. They give. Off the near side, another first down, close to the 30 for the ball carrier, number 22, Damian Robles. The market at the 32, first and 10 Braves, even with their second unit threatening to score again. Quick snap pass, Haley cut. Far side, number 24, inside the 15, out of bounds, close to the 10, and a late flag. Making the catch and the run, Owen Turner. Indication looks like illegal hands to the face, North Marion. There will be a personal foul penalty, possibly a late hit. Half the distance to the goal, first and goal from the 5. Haley under center is going to keep, and I will not quite get there. It'll pick up about 3, second down and goal from the 2. Haley. The give to number 33 in for the touchdown, 2-yard carry for Kale Lamb. 55-0 Banks, 5 minutes, third quarter. Braves are going to go for 2. Snap is down, caught. 57-0 Braves. .416 to go in the third quarter. Banks 57, North Marion nothing. We'll be back in just a moment. 57-0 Banks, third quarter, 4 minutes to go. Running clock situation. Braves score again. 2 yards out. Kale Lamb, the responsible party that time. And North Marion this time wants to see if they can get points on the board after making the return before allowing the ball to go out of bounds, and a late flag on the opposite side of the field after a decent return up close to the 40-yard line by North Marion. Isaac Guerrero, I think, on the return. Penalty is going to go against the Braves and move North Marion into Braves territory. First and 10, Huskies from the Braves 48. First time they've been in Banks territory, I believe, all night. Looking to throw, scrambling, rolling to his left. Flushed out of the pocket, gets away, and slides down at the 48 for no gain. Jackson Pierce on the keeper, second down and 10. Fowler again tossed to the far side and gets past a couple of defenders for a short gain, maybe close to the 45. It'll be third down for the Huskies. To about the 47, third down and a long 8. Fowler, the high snap pass over the middle, caught, dropped. Pass the intended receiver, number 2, Isaac Guerrero, does not stop the clock. Running clock situation, incomplete pass, 4th and 9, final minute of the third quarter. Banks 140 points through the first 3 games. High snap, kick is away. Braves nearly get to it. And they should say that ball is in the end zone. He dove on it, but his momentum carried him into the end zone, and it will be it will say Braves football at the 1-yard line. And that will be the end of the third quarter. Braves add even more points onto the scoreboard despite a running clock in the second half. It's Banks 57, North Marion nothing. We'll be back with the final period in just a moment.
The Army National Guard plays a vital role in your community. We're on the front lines supporting essential personnel, first responders, law enforcement, and medical professionals, delivering food, supplies, and medicine, keeping communities safe, making a difference. During emergencies, we're always ready, always there. Learn more about part-time service in the Army National Guard at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Oregon Army National Guard, aired by the Oregon Association of Broadcasters and this station.
And we're back, start of the fourth quarter, 57-0 Braves. They will improve to 3-0. North Marion dropping to 1-2 in the 3A District 1 opener for both teams. Banks starting the fourth out of the shadow of their own end zone. Pass out, cut, and making a man miss, but they're going to say he stepped out of bounds or a flag on the play. Is this going to be a hold? Officials meeting to discuss the flag. It does appear to be against Banks holding. So that'll move them even further back inside the 1 yard line. And getting out of the end zone, and a nice carry actually up to about the getting out of the shadow of his own end zone, number 22. I think that's Owen Turner, close to the 5. Actually, it's Damian Robles. I think they will mark it at the 5 yard line, so a gain of 4. Pass out incomplete, intended for number 9, Chase Mead, the kicker. Third down and 7 after the incompletion. Pass out, caught, 5, 10, 15, 20. Makes a couple men miss, bulldozes a couple defenders up past the 25 to about the 26, and that will be a first down for the Braves. And number 23, Ben Lida, making the reception. So any chance North Marion may have had against about putting points on the board against the Braves second unit may have gone out the window after having the Braves pinned inside their own 1 yard line. Banks with on a third down and 7 picks up a big pass play to Ben Lida to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. Getting off the far side, number 33 makes a couple men miss. Down the far side, he may score. Touchdown, number 33, Cale Lamb's going to score from even further out this time. But is there a flag on the play? Looks like a flag around the 38-yard line of the Braves. So this will come back due to a hold. Under 8 minutes remaining, 57-0 Banks. So after they spot the football, it will put it at the 28. and bring up first down and about 7. Haley back to throw, quick pass out, down the far side, bulldozing a defender, getting up to the 40-yard line, number 23, Ben Lida. Gain of 15 on first down and 7 to the to the Braves 40-yard line. Trips offset near side. The give to Kale Lamb, making defenders miss. Gets to the outside and still bulldozing defenders. Ball loose. Oh no, he cuts back to the near side of the field and finally brought down inside the 20, close to the 15. Great run by Kale Lamb after it initially looked like he was brought down around the 20-yard line. He fights his way all the way across the field for more yards, down to the Husky 16 on a clock-killing drive that started at the Braves 1-yard line. Actually, even inside the 1-yard line after the half the distance to the goal penalty. Haley, give inside the 15 to number 25, Chase Mueller. Down to the 13. Haley gonna keep it, cuts up inside, and he will get to the outside and score. Finn and Haley, his first touchdown of the season. 4:40 to go in the game. Banks 63, North Marion nothing. Touchdown number 9 for the Braves. And Braves appear to be going for 2. And Mueller slips and falls after he runs out of the back of the end zone. Almost looked like a scene from Forrest Gump. 3:42 to go. Clock stops. Not sure why. 65-0 Banks. The route continues.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
$65-0 Banks, and we've made so many posts updating the score so many times on Twitter that it has blocked us from updating it so often because it thinks it's automated. It's hilarious. 3.5 minutes to go in the game. 65-0 Banks. And the kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. And this will be the final drive of the game for the Huskies. See if they can get points on the board before the end of the game. We'll give North Marion fans credit. Most of their fans in their student section are still here despite a 9-touchdown deficit. Whistles, and do we have a timeout or a false start? Timeout North Marion. Clock now stops with 1:52 left. We see blue and red lights off in the distance. 1:52 remaining in the game. Banks putting up a lot of points here tonight against North Marion. 36 in the second quarter alone. 65-0. Less than 2 minutes remain. Banks about to improve to 3-0 for the top-ranked 3A team in Oregon.
Same great smile, same great service, but a brand new location and a great new team. Sarah Hesselman Group is still proud to support Banks High School athletics, but has now joined the Premier Property Group real estate team with new offices located in Bethany. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, contact the Sarah Hesselman Group, Sarah at sarahhesselman.com, or call 503-313-0748.
Now with more Banks Braves athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back 65-0 Banks, 1:52 remaining. And give up the middle is going to be for little to no gain. And North Marion does not appear to be in any type of hurry to try to put points on the board. Again, the give off the far side. We'll get a little bit. Actually, it's going to be no gain. Back to the line of scrimmage, third down. Actually, a loss of about a yard, third down and 11. North Marion will have one more play, and that will do it. And gonna hurry to get one more play in under 30 seconds. And rolling to his right, being gang tackled back behind the 15. That will do it. Final score, Banks 65. North Marion nothing. Oh, we'll take a 1-minute break and be back to wrap it up in just a moment. Braves rout North Marion here on the road. We'll be back in just a moment to say goodnight.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street Pizza.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back. Final score, Banks with the convincing, to put it mildly, victory, 65-0 after that late two-point conversion on the final touchdown for the Braves. 36 points in the second quarter, turning a 13-0 lead after one into a 49-0 rout at halftime, and the Braves put two more touchdowns on the board in the second half with their second unit. Taking a look at the scoring plays for the Braves. Nate Lida, 16-yard touchdown pass to Lane Gilbert with 9:22 to go in the first quarter. Then it was Henry White, a 13-yard touchdown run to put the Braves up 13-0 with the extra point attempt that clanked off the left upright from Chase Meade. Banks was up 13-0 with a 1:45 to go in the first quarter. And then it was a scoring fest in the second quarter. Banks went up 21-0 on a 28-yard touchdown on a punt return from Jared Martin to go up 21-0 on the first play of the second quarter. And then he answered that one with a 53-yard punt return, back-to-back for Jared Martin. 27-0 Banks, 10:44 to go in the first half. 35-0 after the two-point conversion and a 35-yard touchdown off the interception return from Lane Gilbert to put the Braves up 35-0. 9:46 to go in the first half. Banks went up 42-0 on Jake Lamb's 8-yard touchdown run with 6:40 to go before halftime. And James Turner closed out the first half scoring with a 1-yard touchdown carry to put the Braves up 49-0 with 2:38 to go before halftime. Second half. And some of the non-starters get in the scoring column. Kale Lamb with a 2-yard touchdown run, putting the Braves up 57-0 with 5 minutes to go and a running clock in the third quarter. And Finnan Haley, a 13-yard quarterback keeper, into the end zone, closing out the scoring for the Braves, putting Banks up 65-0 with 3:42 left, which was the final score. That'll do it for us here tonight from North Marion High School as the lights start to go out. Final score, Banks 65, North Marion nothing. We'll be back not next week, but the following week at Jervis. Next week we'll have Pacific University volleyball for Flow College. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's game. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good night, and God bless.